Welcome to lesson 5 of the tank game. Okay, so in the last lesson we kind of discussed how we might make the this tank know when it's reached the bottom of the screen. Okay, so that it pops back up to the top and we restart we have another, and the game keeps continuing on. Okay, so in order to do that, let's have a look at the motion. Now, hopefully you've had a little play and you've tried this for yourself. So the way that the tank moves, right? If you look at these x and y coordinates, you'll see that they change as the tank moves. Remember, we said that y tells you where it is up or down on the screen, and x tells you where it is left or right on the screen. So we want it to know when it's at the bottom of the screen, when y has reached past 180, okay, minus 180, okay, in this case, so when it reaches minus 180. So these little buttons here are what we're going to use, the x position and y position. Now, we're not going to use x position because we don't care whether it's left or right. We just want to know when it has reached a certain y position, and now all this will tell us is the y position. We need something else to pop this into. Okay, so what we need is some operators, and operators let you do maths or comparisons between different numbers. So you can add, so you could use, instead of saying where we've got our movement on this tank here, right, you could say change x by 10. We could say set, so we could do this, and I'll show you, it'll do exactly the same thing. If we say set x to we go x position, and we use an operator, x position plus, and we put the number 10 in there. Okay, if we do that, you can see that that moves right exactly the same way as the right arrow moves right. Okay, so this is just a shorthand that the guys that created Scratch have made for us to do this. This is really what this is doing underneath. Okay, set x to x position plus 10 is really saying change x by 10. Okay, so there's other operators here, and one of the operators that we're going to use is this greater than or less. So this means less than. So whatever, it's like a crocodile. Imagine this as a crocodile's mouth. The crocodile is greedy and it always wants to eat the bigger thing. Okay, so this means this thing is less than this. So whatever's in this square here is less than this. So it's just comparing. And this is whatever's in this square is bigger than whatever's in this square, because the greedy crocodile wants to eat the big thing. Okay, so what we want to know is when this reaches minus 180, we want it to pop to start again. Okay, so we're going to say, we'll just use the equals. Alright, so let's go back. So I'm just going to get rid of that. Go back to my red tank, and we'll use the equals. So we're going to say when the y position equals minus 180, then we want something to happen. So we need another control, so we need another if y position is equal to minus 180, then we want to probably go back to the beginning. Alright, so what do we have to put in there to make this all happen if this happens? Alright, so an if is actually not the it's kind of tricky to do it with an if statement, but there's another little block that we can use here, which is repeat until. So instead of this forever, we could use repeat until. That means keep doing this, not forever, but only until it reaches the end. Okay, so let's take all of this out of there, put it in there instead, get rid of our forever. Now what's going to happen is we're going to say repeat this loop, so keep doing everything inside here until our y position equals minus 180. Okay, so if we do this, let's see what will happen. smashed into the wall. So what happened to our red tank there? So I don't know why I thought it was touching the green tank, but anyway, so repeating the Y position, so it's reached the end, but then it didn't go back to the beginning like we wanted. And why is that? Because this only happens when we click our green flag. So can you figure out how to make it do all of this and then keep jumping back to the beginning? Alright, so that we keep having more and more red tanks attacking us. I'll explain how to do that in the next lesson. So I'll see you in lesson 6.